Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Look, as I record this, yes, of course, I am aware the market is tanking a little bit. Within the last 24 hours or so, the market cap for the crypto asset class is down what? I'm guessing, I'll just ballpark it, probably somewhere in the neighborhood of down about $200 billion, which, by the way, is bigger than the entirety of the crypto asset class in terms of market cap at the bottom of the bear market. So it's amazing that that much just like, poof, Kaiser Soze away, just the blink of an eye, just inside of a day, roughly. That's amazing. So, is Moon Lambo panicking? No. No, I refuse to. Look, I'm going to share with you a number of things. There's a lot of interesting stuff to talk about. Look, as far as the current XRP price, which is down 11.8% within the last 24 hours, look, you have to understand, we're in a bull market right this very second. There are pullbacks in bull markets. And so I feel bad for all the people that are emotionally responding to all this stuff, but everybody gets to make their own adult decisions. And so for the people that think it makes sense to sell their crypto because everybody else is doing it and that's the reason, then okay, yeah, go ahead. If you're spooked out, then get spooked out. That's fine. There's always going to be somebody that's willing to scoop up your fear at the right price. I ain't got no damn time for that, though. Look, in fact, I'm going to share with you, there's an opinion from a chart analyst who's citing the fact that, everyone's favorite little doggy coin, Doge. So it's pulling back. I tell you what, it was pulling back before the rest of the market was, and it's down a fair bit since the whole SNL thing that happened on Saturday, which I've been talking about on this channel. And the interesting thing, and I'm going to highlight this, is just how similar the DOGE and XRP charts have looked. And so there's a chart analyst that says, all of that money that's in Doge, man, it's going to be going somewhere. It's not just going to evaporate. And sure, some will go to United States dollars, but a lot of it is going to end up in XRP. And it's just amazing how similar the charts look. But look, before I go any further, I do want to be clear that I don't have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast making YouTube videos all up on the internet because that's a fun thing to do. Oh, by the way, too, before I forget, I'll talk more about this a little bit later in the video. XRP today actually got down to 32 cents on one exchange. Amazing. Can you imagine? I'll tell you what, for those people that want to buy, if they happen to be lucky enough to have been on that exchange, damn, 32 cent XRP when the rest of the world is trading it at substantially higher levels, as you're well aware. And also, I want to talk about, by the way, I'll mention this too, where does it make sense to exit? Well, one of the more popular chart analysts in the world of crypto has shared his opinion on just that, like one key metric to just keep in mind at least when you're trying to figure this out for yourself. Now, as I record this, XRP is at $1.43. Bitcoin is at $55,270. Market cap for the asset class, $2.37 trillion. And Bitcoin dominance at 43.61%. And so here's a tweet from chart analyst DIY Investing. And he wrote the following. Now that Doge is crashing... And by the way, I should mention this to you just for frame of reference. As I'm recording this, it is Monday... what the hell day is it? Is it the 10th now? It's the 10th, right? One sec. Yeah, it's Monday, May 10th. And as I record this, it's 10:45 p.m. Central Standard Time because I'm in the Midwest in the good old United States here. And so this tweet was from a little bit earlier today. It's 2:49 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's when DIY Investing put this out. And he wrote the following. Now that Doge is crashing, it will be fun to watch XRP rip past all-time highs as the money leaving Doge cycles back into XRP. Mars mission commenced. And so, indeed, I do think that money's just going to flood the XRP market. I don't think it will only come from Doge. But yeah, clearly, you had it's the textbook definition of a bubble. I mean, just look at a damn chart. I don't think I have Doge put up for this video. It doesn't really matter. I've showed you before in recent days. Damn, that thing, it's impressive. And I'm not complaining. Like, kudos to everybody that made a bunch of money on Doge. I'm very happy for you. But damn, that thing just rocketed straight up. And so, of course, that's way too much exuberance. And of course, even if we do see higher prices market cycle, so I'm not making a prediction. I'm not saying like the top's in for sure. I don't know. But even if it goes higher, like at some point, like this is either the completed formation of the bubble or the bubble's still going to inflate, even though we're seeing a pullback today. But at some point, it will finally pop. And you will see money flow out of Doge quickly. It'll be down 80 to 90% when you see its bottom for the cycle. It's at least, I think. And that'll be true of every coin. I'm not just ripping on Doge. I think that'll happen for XRP and Bitcoin and Ethereum. Pick your coin. It's going to happen to all of them because the whole market moves in tandem. That's all that this is here. But even knowing that, I have to admit, even though the market moves in tandem, like, you can't unsee this. Like, look at this. And I shared this. This is actually from April 20th. I shared this exact chart when it was new. And it's just shocking. You cannot unsee this. The bottom chart, or the bottom line, XRP, the top line, Doge. Right? It's just astonishing how close these damn charts correlate. The Doge and XRP charts. It's absolutely mind-blowing to see it this close. And I'm like, I mean, I got to tell you, like, some very well-known analysts have cited the same damn thing, and I shared the fact that they shared that on this channel. It was over a span of like 3 or 4 days. There were like 5 big names cited this, including Credible Crypto, Blockchain Backer, DIY Investing. There were a ton of others too. And you just got to ask yourself, what the hell's going to happen with XRP? Like, are we going to see the same type of face-melting situation when XRP really takes off? Because I'll tell you what, I would love to see disgusting face goo melted all over the pavement. It's like you'll see these little weird-looking puddles as you're walking down the street. You'll be like, what the hell is that? And you start poking it with a stick. You're thinking maybe it's vomit or something. You're like, oh man, that's not vomit. That's melted face goo. Gross. And then you just maybe hopefully walk away. Because it's weird to just stand around face goo poking it with a stick. But that's what's going to happen. I want that face goo everywhere, damn it. And I do think that's ultimately going to come. The question is, are you going to see the same parabolic action to like the same degree that you saw Doge? Because Doge went up, like 22,000% over the last 365 days. It's pure insanity. And it doesn't do anything, mind you. So but this is what I'm here for. I'm not complaining. I love this level of volatility. I'm here for the volatility and the nonsense. Humans behaving like this is what I've been counting on, and it's what creates the opportunity. I am all for this, let me assure you. And so then there was this too. Here's a tweet from Chart Analyst Love Crypto. And he wrote the following. And this was in the afternoon, 12:56 p.m. today. Bitcoin looks like it wants to break the upward sloping trend line. This would delay its breakout upwards and would also not be good for alts. $55,000 support is important. And so what he thought was likely to occur there, at least to this point, seems to be playing out. And it's just a hair above $55,000. And if it breaks, you're going to see more panic, more chaos, more people selling. And I'm just emotionally going to not give a damn. I'm emotionally bulletproof when it comes to this stuff. It does not matter. I understand humans are going to behave like this, and either my bet is right or it's wrong. And my bet, after the bubble popped with XRP, after the last market cycle, my bet was that at some point, XRP would hit its all-time high again at some unknown point in the future, and then blast into a new realm of price discovery. That bet's still out. People freaking out in the meantime for the last 3.5 years that I've been in the space anyway, like, that doesn't matter to me in the end. That's not going to determine whether or not I buy or sell, because that's stupid. I think that this market is still bullish, and it's still going to go upward. That's my firm belief. And I'm not telling you to buy or sell or hold. I'm just sharing with you my everyday Joe Schmo opinion here. And then here was a tweet from Love Crypto. He was talking about XRP because it did look like XRP had a chance potentially to be breaking out, and I reported on that when he shared this. It said XRP reclaiming $1.60 level, and it was around there just yesterday. I wrote, this is bullish and decreases probability of a leg to the downside. And so when you talk about chart analysis, understand it's about probability of outcomes, and what looks most probable won't be the case 100% of the time in terms of how things unfold in reality. And so then he stated here today, turned out to be a fake out posted too hastily. And then there was this too. And I think this message, like, please take this to heart. Like, I'm going to be real, man. I have no interest in being a trader. Just knowing the stats, which are something like 90 to 95% of traders in the stock market and in crypto lose money. So then there's the 5% left that make money, and most of them don't make that much money. So I'm impressed by the tiny percentage of humans that are actually good at it. I do think that's impressive. I don't even want to try it. Because I think that without giving myself that headache, just by holding, I'm going to make substantially more money than I would investing anywhere else just by holding crypto. And so that's what I've been doing here. Like that's my bet. And so I shared a tweet from Love Crypto and wrote, brace ourselves, XRP, and there's a gift that said hold. And Love Crypto responded to that with something that I really think should be taken to heart here. And he wrote the following. Indeed, I feel like a broken record now. If you are not a trader, please just hodl your XRP. You are holding one of the best digital assets in crypto land. Have patience, lots of it. It'll pay off. Just ask those who bought XRP at 0.006 cents in early 2017. Some of them are still here. Yeah, so look at that. I mean, my gosh, 0.006 cents. Can you imagine that? About half a penny? That's crazy. And then he also wrote the following. Please do not trade it. He's talking about XRP here. Please do not trade it if you haven't mastered trading. You'll definitely end up losing a lot of your capital, and I mean definitely. You'll make it if you hodl with patience and conviction, as well as plan and devise a well-thought-out exit strategy. Hashtag XRP. And he's killing it there. And so that's why, for me, I can't control the market, but one of the things I can control is whether or not I buy or sell or hold. And so what I do is effectively nothing. Like, I hold. That's it. I can control whether or not I panic. Like seriously, I control that. And I don't panic. I'm just going to sit here and hold. I can't control what the other lemmings out there are doing, whether they're FOMOing into something or panic selling, but I choose whether or not I participate, and I refuse to participate because that's stupid. STOOPID, stupid. So I just don't do it. That's how I look at it. Here's a tweet from Chart Analyst Credible Crypto. Once again, made the right move locking in profits at resistance. I am buying back on this dip. Once again, $52,000 looks like the ideal place to fill some bids. And he's talking about Bitcoin there. And so, mind you, most of what he's doing in crypto, and this is a very popular chart analyst also, I mean, he's got, what now, 187,000 followers. Most of what he's doing is just holding. He's talking about trade calls here because he does a small amount of trading with a small bag. But most of what and he's publicly shared this, most of what he does is he holds. And people, my gosh, you don't have to be some sort of chart wizard and understand all of this nonsense. Like, I'll tell you what, if you think that Fibonacci is a fine Italian restaurant, I'll tell you what, you're in good company with me, because I think it is too, and it doesn't matter. Like, it functionally does not matter. You know, if you think that Mac D is the freshest hip-hop artist on the scene today, I do too. Look, we're in the same boat here, you know? You know, when people talking about like a rising wedge, if you think that they're talking about cheese, me too. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. It's great. Who gives a damn? It's fantastic. All right. So I'm just saying, to me, trying to trade, it's for almost 0% of humans. And so if you just recognize that and then like don't FOMO in and panic sell and don't make emotionally based buying and selling decisions, you're ahead of almost every human on the planet that's involved in the stock market and the crypto asset class. I firmly believe that. Here's another tweet from Credible Crypto. Want to know when you should start taking profit on your alts and start being cautious about a potential end to this bull run? When Bitcoin dominance falls below 30%. Until then, you're selling too soon. Now, for frame of reference, Bitcoin got down to about 35% dominance last market cycle. And again, as I record this, what did I say? It was 43.57% as I record this now. And so he's saying it's time to sell when Bitcoin's below 30%. And I think that's a fair warning. In fact, Il Capo here wrote, I agree with this. This is another chart analyst. I agree with this. He retweeted Credible Crypto there, said, I agree with this. Bitcoin dominance will probably make a new all-time low. So, yes, but I do want to add a little asterisk, which I think if Credible Crypto heard me, I think he'd agree with this. Because it seems clear to me that you're going to have some cryptocurrencies that hit their cycle all-time highs before Bitcoin hits its all-time high, and there will be some altcoins that hit their cycle all-time highs after Bitcoin hits its all-time high. And so if you're only looking at dominance to figure out when to sell, that doesn't paint a complete enough picture, I don't think. If I see cryptocurrencies going parabolic and I still don't think that Bitcoin's done, to me, I'm gonna have trouble believing I'm selling too soon. Like think about Doge. What was it? What was it a year ago? Like a penny? Less than a penny? I can't. I'd have to go and look. It doesn't matter. It was nothing. It rallied 22,000% in a year. Well, given that it's done what it's done and we have seen it, do we need to wait for Bitcoin dominance to fall below 30% to sell Doge? I'm going to go ahead and say no, but I think he'd agree with me on that. But still, it is a metric worth tracking. That's why I wanted to highlight this. Yeah, I mean, when you're talking about seeing Bitcoin dominance down to that type of level, yeah, the end is near or it's here. Seriously, I firmly believe that. Like, it's, man, I'll be like, because look, and I like something the blockchain backer said in a video today. Actually, he's like, the higher prices get, the more uneasy I feel. That's basically what he said. I guess I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but that's pretty well what he said. And it's the same for me. Now, I don't really feel uneasy yet, but I absolutely am. I'm wired the same way in terms of I think that I'll recognize that, it looks like we're getting closer and closer to the end as those things happen, and I'll recognize that I'm going to need to take action along the way. Here's another tweet. This is from somebody named Larry, tagged Credible Crypto chart analyst, and said, still looking at $20 to $30 for XRP, and does Bitcoin dominance affect this? And he wrote yes and no. So he's still thinking that we're going to see XRP between $20 to $30 this market cycle, and the dominance doesn't matter, really for the reason that I articulated. When it pumps, regardless of what the dominance level is. But you will have a good idea of when the end is either here or about here, when Bitcoin gets that low in terms of market cap, because everything's just going to be taken off, and then everything's going to be crashing, completely on fire. Basically every face that has participated in the crypto market at that point will have been morphed into goo. It will become melty, disgusting goo, and it's going to look like there's just a bunch of little vomit piles all over outside, over the entire planet. This will not be strictly in the United States where I live, and if you're in a different country, it won't be just in the country in which you live. There will be face goo the world over. It's going to be gross. I cannot wait for it. All right, and then there's this from Credible Crypto. This is about XRP. Not a big fan of the slow grind on our support here. Would have liked to have seen a stronger move off of this level. As long as the green region holds, we are fine, but lose it and we could see a drop to the downside. Dotted green line before the next leg up. And so look, I'm just warning you here, as is Credible Crypto, you could see a downside to the price action of XRP. It does not mean the sky's falling. It doesn't mean it's going to zero. It doesn't mean that we're in bear market now, so just be aware of this. But he's talking about this little green zone right here, which currently we're actually below. Because his low one for that, it was about $1.45. And as I record this, XRP is now $1.43, so a hair below that. And I'll pull this back up now. Where is it? It's around here somewhere, damn it. There we go. There we go. Yeah, okay. So then if it goes down to this level, like if it actually falls through this, which like right now it is a hair below that, he's saying you could see XRP at about $1.14. So look, I don't know if that's going to happen. He's not even predicting that it for sure will happen. Just be aware that potentially this is in the cards, but understand also, like, Bitcoin is causing this. The market is moving in response to Bitcoin's negative price action, and so if it goes down, the rest of the market's going to go down. It's moving in tandem. It's normal. I'm not worried about this. I just don't believe for a moment that we're in bear territory here. The greatest, most exciting, ridiculous, bull action this market cycle hasn't happened yet. It's going to be absurd when it happens. And hopefully it's going to be months away, because the longer the consolidation, the bigger the pop, I think, anyway. And here's some chart analyst Michael Vandepop, who now has 278,000 followers, who simply wrote, "No, we're not in a bear market." I'm going to heart that one. We're not. We're just not. Nothing goes up in a straight line forever, and people are getting shaken out of their positions, and that's their adult decision. That's fine. The crypto is not for everybody, my friends. Now, somebody named, I'm sorry, I'm going to butcher the name. I don't know if it's Tiley or Tilly. Maybe neither of those. I'm doing my best here. But wrote the following. XRP touched 32 cents on Poloniex. Poloniex, of course, is a cryptocurrency exchange. Then he wrote, "That's all the stop losses and long positions gone." And then he tagged my fellow XRP YouTuber, the blockchain backer. "What was that, man? Heart attacks." And so the blockchain backer saw that and did respond. And he simply wrote, "Poloniex is a highly illiquid exchange, and it only takes thousands of dollars of a market sell to do that." And so that's the real reason why there's almost no money in there. And so that's also why I've stated the more illiquid a market, the easier it is to get a multiplier effect in terms of returns. Because if you just think about it quite simply, say there's a $20 bill on the table in front of you, how much money has to flow in that little table money ecosystem to get it to increase 100%, right? Just to throw down another 20. I got it in my pocket. I could throw it in right now, right? And you could too. Anybody could throw down a 20. That's super easy. But what if you have a market cap for something that's $1 trillion? How many people have to throw in how much money to get it to double? How much money would have to be thrown in? And so when you think about it like that, it's a simple way to get the mind thinking in terms of like why actually it is that illiquid markets are our friends if we want a greater multiplier effect on our returns. The less money in something, the better. And so that's why you can look at Bitcoin in terms of market cap. It's a little over $1 trillion right now. XRP's market cap is only 65 billion with a B. So a little bit less than 20 times smaller. Like Bitcoin, seriously, Bitcoin's market cap, it's not quite, I don't know if it'd be, I'd have to do the math. It's probably like 16, 17, 18 times bigger than XRP's right now. How much money has to flow in the XRP to get it to double? Nowhere near as much. And so that's why when the world catches attention to this, that's the reason it takes off. And since the market moves in tandem, and people start pulling money out of cryptos that have already pumped, they just do, and then the smart ones, and then they throw it into cryptocurrencies, they reinvest it in cryptocurrencies that haven't taken off. And it doesn't matter what the crypto is, it doesn't matter about the underlying fundamentals, this is how the humans behave. And so when they do this, and it happens to be in a cryptocurrency that's way less liquid, my gosh, you get these crazy, crazy, crazy run-ups. And so there's not much money on this planet in XRP, and it's already ran up last market cycle to almost $4. That's amazing, impressive. I love it. Illiquid markets are my fave. Frankly, I love it. And so that's why, if you fast forward like a decade or two or three, as the more time passes, the more money that's in the space, the less volatility, the less opportunity for tremendous returns, and eventually trading in this asset class or investing in this asset class is going to be just as boring as the stock market. It will be. But we're a long ways away from that, thankfully. And then I think I might have had, yeah, I guess that was it actually. So it's probably a pretty good place to wrap up here. But I will say I am excited about all of this. If you're out there, one of the people freaking out, I'm sorry you feel that way. I am sympathetic. I don't want anybody to feel that way, but you just got to do your best to understand how this market works. Because I really, one of the best things you could do to not freak out, I think, is arm yourself with knowledge, information. And that won't necessarily get rid of all of your angst. I understand humans are humans, and it's still not fun to see your investment go down, but really just informing yourself, it really will go a long way. So start there at least. But the more experience and exposure you get to this asset class, the less I think the less you'll freak out. I mean, having gone through this extreme volatility for 3.5 years, like none of this phases me. I mean, if you look at XRP's chart action for the last 3.5 years, it has been insane. I wrote XRP from 21 cents all the way up to $4, and then it tanked, and then I started buying in around 55 cents again, and then it tanked to 40 cents and 30 cents and 20 cents. I bought all the way down, and then it ran up, in what, I don't know, when it would have been like September of 2018, I have to look to be sure. It ran up to like 70, I think it wicked up to like 70 or 80 cents, and then it crashed back down below 50 cents, and then there was the March 2020 thing, you know what happened there. The world fell apart, and XRP went down to like 11 cents, and then I rode it up November later that year up to about 80 cents, then it crashed back down to 17 cents, and then I rode it back up to $2, and then I rode it back down to where it is now. And so it actually went down to 91 cents and then back up to where it is now. And there's a whole bunch more in between. Those are just some of the volatile moves that I've seen. Just some of them, mind you. There are many more. And I haven't sold a single XRP. And so that's why I keep saying it. All of this doesn't matter to me. Either my bet's right or it's wrong. And what the scared humans do in between and the rest of the market doesn't matter. It's not going to matter in the end, not to me. So either this goes to zero, it's going to be worth a fortune. That's what I think. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'll stop yammering though. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.